Not. Don't worry about it.
Okay, we're live. Should I turn it lower?
No, you cannot hear it like that. You cannot, like you said, it's been, and now I'm like, okay, technically here, but you can't. You'll never be able to hear while we're talking.
Okay. All right. Dirty Sports 875 live on YouTube in 5, 4, 3. Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I am your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live from Cincinnati, Ohio, with my co-host from Southern California, Joey No Chill Prano.
Hello, Andy.
Can I get something out of the way that's been on my mind all day?
Okay.
It's about you.
It's about me.
Yeah.
Oh boy. What could this be?
I had like a moment today when I was leaving the gym. Should we drop the no chill on the intro?
Oh, I don't know why. Do you feel like I've chilled?
No, it's not that. It was just when I was walking out of the gym, I looked up at the TV and this is literally why. They were like, Mad Dog Russo on ESPN. I was like, are we doing this with Dirty Sports? Like, it was a joke, and then the joke has now lasted so long.
Well, I'll tell you something, Andy, and listen, I don't really care either way. You can intro me however you'd like to intro me, but I'll tell you something, and I always forget. I mean, I always forget that you intro me that way. It's just like it doesn't even register,
Yeah,
I would say 90, somewhere between 80 and 90%. I'd say ballpark 85% of the DMs I get start with Mr. No Chill. like everybody. I mean, when I go on stage and there's dirtballs in the crowd, I tend to hear no chill. So it's a thing for sure.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
recognized to me anymore.
I forget too.
I forget totally about it until I get a DM or until I take the stage.
That's why I'm bringing it up.
Joanne's, like, whatever you got, like,
yeah, he's thing. Like, no, he just yelled out Joanne. He just yelled out my mom's name.
Yeah.
No, my point is, I forget too. But then I saw, you know how I feel about those just cornball shows on ESPN. And when I just saw, yeah, and I saw Mad Dog Russo, and I was like, ugh. Although I would assume
the Giants, they don't have they're not a real competitor. They're not really going to the playoffs. The Danny Dimes, he's not real. He's not a real quarterback. He's not real. This is not a real team. It's not, they're 5-4-1, 5-1, 6-1. You can be whatever one you want. You're not going to the playoffs. You're not doing anything. Let me just tell you something as a New Yorker. Mike and the Mad Dog is the most. We have a lot of terrible. New York has some terrible history. Mike and the Mad Dog is the worst. The fact that those guys had a successful show together and have successful careers without it, it's the epitome of everything that's wrong with sports ever.
Well, that's what I don't understand. Like, they're putting him on TV now, like just now.
He was on Sirius XM forever after he broke up with. Giants are real. The Giants are real. They're not real, Mike. They're not real, Mike. They're not real team. You're like, how do you fucking have? We scream and yell a lot. I think Seattle fans to dive into Puget Sound and drown themselves last episode.
I think you told them to Kurt Cobain themselves. Basically do what every rocker's done up there.
Yeah, to themselves. But at least it's something.
Did you see that tweet? Speaking of Giants, did you see that tweet? Some woman was on ESPN talking about the Giants. It was really funny. No. Somebody wrote like, ESPN will hire anybody. God, I wish I had this clip. I should have pulled it at the time. I was doing something else. I'm going to see if I can find it. Basically, his tweet. Oh, this is it. This is it. I found it right away. He got 1.2 million views with this. He just wrote, bruh, ESPN is just handing out jobs. This is her hot take, by the way. This is on TV. This is about your Giants. It's this like this is wild to me.
That just being mediocre in the middle of the pack doesn't help you. Be terrible. Get a high draft pick. Like, you got to think about the rebuild. Honestly, you got to think about the rebuild. With the Giants, there's a future beyond just this season. And with so many question marks, them making the playoffs is great for the fans and our staff. I love it. But then a lot of questions need to be answered.
Yeah, that is kind of unreal.
But you're saying that there's something after, like she's saying there's something after this season for that. Like, no shit. And
yeah, the other thing is like, and listen, I always say it's a Super Bowl or bust league, and there's no doubt about that. But like, they're 4-1.
That's my point too.
Like, what? They have, whether you like it or not, the second best record in football. Whether you like it or not, there's one undefeated team, and then there's 4-1s are the second best record in football. Like it or not.
And Joe,
and by the way, imagine this: all the confidence that comes with Dable and the start. And I've seen a lot of people saying what he's doing with what he's got is like, I mean, that's all the confidence that you need going into next year if you're a player on the team.
Not to mention, dude, this
or,
is a wild,
or wanting to sign with that team.
This is a wild. Like, you never know. The Bengals made the Bengals were a play away from winning the Super Bowl, basically. Like,
I mean, listen, do I think the Giants are winning the Super Bowl this year? No. Do I think that they have a close to 0% chance of winning the Super Bowl? Yes. But that is not like you're 4-1.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like let the season play out. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I saw it.
Not to mention, even if you believed everything that she's saying, which there are probably some people, they're saying there's 5 quarterbacks in this draft, 4 or 5 quarterbacks. Name teams that are even bad right now that are like don't have a quarter. Like, who's drafting a quarterback? The Seahawks, the Lions, the Commanders. Like, you're like, if you're a middle of the pack team, if the Giants finish 9-8, they could probably take a quarterback in the first round if they wanted one.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Not to mention, I don't know what else you want from Daniel Jones at this point, except to continue to improve under a coach who, don't forget, is responsible. Like, I know everybody is sucking Josh Allen's dick right now, and rightfully so. He's great, but like, we remember early Josh Allen, right? Early Josh Allen had some horrendous games. Now, he improved a lot quicker than Danny Dimes did, but he also didn't have the coaching staff. They didn't have Joe. He had Dable.
Yeah. No, for sure. Well, speaking of bad takes, I got trolled. We got trolled on YouTube by my own brother.
Okay. Wow.
Like,
this is where we're at now.
This is where we're at. And I had to address him in the brother chat.
The brother group chat got a message about a YouTube comment.
My brother Brad
during a live show?
No, he commented. My brother Brad wrote, "How do you know what it's like to be an athlete?" Like, that's his troll job. And then he said, "I also wrote, you suck, but that was taken down." No, you suck, Andy. And then I said, I said,
here's the thing about this.
What a fucking lunatic.
Your brother, Brad.
Lunatic.
Pretty standard for Brad. Pretty standard behavior for Brad. Which begs the question. Did Brad just discover YouTube?
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Did Brad just find out people put videos on the internet?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, dude,
it's crazy. Well, how long has this been here? There's a lot of videos here.
Like, just now?
Yeah, because if he'd known about it before, he'd have been trolling you for years.
You'd think.
Yeah.
You'd think a grown-ass man with two kids.
I think just to test this theory, we should name this episode Brad Ruther Just Discovered YouTube and see if he comments on that.
I'm gonna sue you guys for libel or some fucking weird shit like that. Let's sue you guys.
Parody, bitch.
Mention
Parody
my name,
boss.
but it's under his name. Like it's under his full name. That's what's funny.
Yeah.
It's just Brad Ruther. It's not, it's not like Joe Burrow 101.
Yeah.
It's under Brad Ruther, which is just so funny to me. Dude, it's so funny to me, people who still don't know about, like, the amount of people out there who don't understand how to listen to a podcast.
Yeah.
Does that still blow your mind?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But like a pot. So where do I get it?
Yeah. Where do I get it? I literally everywhere. How's it work? So like,
people will be like, what do I do? And like when I'm on the road, so you have a podcast. Yeah. How do I get it? I'll be like, you have the podcast app on your phone already. And they'll be like, I do?
Comes with your phone.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Like, it's just so funny to me. Like when you tell people that, dude, okay, in LA, it's one thing. Imagine living in Cincinnati, Ohio, and you like try to explain that to somebody. So like, you like do like we get sponsors and they pay.
So
up,
is it video or audio? I'll be like, first of all, relax. Okay. Let's take this one step at a time. Yes, there's video. I'm not even going to get into that. Okay. I don't even know. I'm not even going to get there. The first things first, listen to the audio version.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Justin Wood, aka Randy Ruther, just texted me, and we could save this for the baseball portion of the show if we want. But he wants to know if we're rooting for San Diego or LA. Which
we talk about it now.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm rooting for San Diego.
I'm kind of rooting for San Diego. I don't love there's a lot of guys on San Diego I don't like, but I mean, the bottom line is I'm just still not over Chase Utley. So, and I might not ever be. So we're rooting for San Diego, but I think we're rooting for
underdogs. I like underdogs.
Yeah. I think I'm rooting for San Diego. Yeah. For the underdog purpose. And then also it's a little bit of, you want your team to lose to the champs. Not that I'm rooting for San Diego to like necessarily go all the way. I think, and I mean, I ranked them. Randy, if you want to listen to the Dirty Slides podcast, Laz and I ranked in order, who we're rooting for in order. And you can see I have a Cleveland Guardians hat. I got the Guardians. Shout out to Crypto Rant. I am rooting for the Guardians and the Mariners and the the Astros. Basically, whoever comes out of the AL except the Yankees, then the Padres. So there you go.
I guess I've never looked at their logo too closely. Like that one is just like splattered
this isn't
paint.
This isn't their official logo. They usually go with just the C, I believe.
Okay.
And also, by the way, I got this. Because I'm trying to rep all the squads. We also have this Mariners hat right here for my boys up in Seattle. We'll go back and forth between.
How do you recover from that loss?
It's a tough one. It's tough.
I mean, like that's one of those where I just don't know. You're the
not only was it a walk-off 3-run homer, it was a fucking bum. That ball still doesn't come down.
My point is like you're the underdog. You're on the road, the team with the best record in the American League. You're winning pretty convincingly. You blow the game. I like that's one of those. I don't know how you recover.
I mean, I don't know how you do either. You probably don't. But the thing is, I guess if you are the Astros, your thought process has got to be, we were in the game. Yeah, it's tough, but like we can play with these guys. We almost still won on the road. You're probably not. You probably can't recover from it, to be totally honest. But mostly because it was a fucking bomb. I mean, it was a fucking bomb.
There's always Puget Sound, man.
He hit that ball to fucking
Puget Sound.
Yeah. He hit that ball to at least like Laredo or something. Who fucking knows? He hit that ball to God knows where's the Amarillo. That's where he hit that ball to.
Yeah, that's nowhere near Houston. For
Yeah.
people who don't understand Texas geography, it's a big ass state. That's nowhere near Houston. I mean, that's like 12 hours away.
He hit that shit to Oklahoma.
I mean, that was a bomb.
I'm not a baseball manager, and I'm certainly not a Major League Baseball pitching coach. But in that situation, try not to throw one right down the fucking cock. What were you doing? Yeesh. That ball was fucking moited.
Yeah. I was thinking watching tonight's Dodgers game. I went to a fair amount of Dodgers playoffs over the years.
You were at the great game one with me, right?
You know what's crazy though? They'd always lose. Like I saw them lose to, and I don't even know the years. If I really thought about it, I saw them lose to the Cardinals. I saw them lose to the Nationals. I saw them lose to your Mets. I was trying to think of other ones. Like I went to a fair amount of, because playoff baseball is a lot of fun, especially Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
Minus when you have to get out the ballpark and you got to pee. Fuck. You can't move. Dude, I had to pee so badly. It was probably like 2013. Actually, it was Cardinals Nationals. And we took one of those. You were taking one of those like buses in the stadium?
In the stadium? No. What do you mean?
So they have a bus. It's like a small bus. It'll take you then to the subway.
Oh, okay.
From the stadium to take you to the train station.
Got it.
And I had been boozing. Obviously, like this is when I was drinking, like my party days. Like I'm like blacked out Ruther drunk, right? And I'm on this. It's like a small white bus, one of those buses. Dude would not let me out. I was like, I have to pee. He's like, I can't open this door. I'm not allowed to open this door. And we were stuck in traffic and they just lost. This is when Don Mattingly was managing the Dodgers. I was sitting there for I kept saying, I'm just going to pee myself. I'm going to pee myself. I was with Andrew Slater and Luke Rosenkrantz. And I just kept saying, they're like, I was like, guys, I'm literally just going to pee myself. And I've never been more happy than when that thing finally showed up at Union Station, downtown LA, before we hopped on the train for me to pee.
And where did that train take? So then you're at Union Station and where did you go on the train? Back to the west side? Like Culver, that's as far as it went then or something like that?
Which is funny, you're right. It didn't go past Culver.
There's no way it went to fucking Santa Monica then.
Well, here's what happened. We went on the train and we ended up going to fucking Jumbo's Clown Room.
I've never been to Jumbo's Clown Room.
It's so terrible. It's for those who don't know, it's like the most wannabe strip club, but they don't strip. It's like they do strip. There's a stage, but like
it's a bikini bar basically,
where they have strippers,
right,
on a main stage, and it's in Hollywood.
But they take their tops off.
No, that's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. So that's called a bikini bar. That's what we call that. Like when girls just get down to their bikinis.
But like it's so famous
because they serve booze.
Yeah, is it on Sunset?
I've never been, bro.
I don't know. I just remember I was so blacked out. My phone fell in the urinal and I was peeing all over it. Like,
jeez.
It was one of those nights where we took from the game to Jumbo's to like God knows where I woke up, just blacked out, just out of my mind.
I've never been because everybody's like, you want to go to Jumbo's? I'm like, what's the deal again? They're like, no one takes their clothes off. I'm like, no, I don't.
Dude, we got thrown
and then
out
and then Luke through the years to be like, no, you don't get it. They're like, the
he
girls are like
loved jumbos.
deformed. And I'm like, you're not making me want to go. He's like, no, there's like little people and girls missing their hands and stuff. I'm like, are you trying to convince me not to go to this place?
Dude, jumbos. Yeah, it had a rep. I don't know why. Like everybody in LA would always talk about it. You know, I got kicked. I was in a group that got kicked out once with Filipowski.
Sounds about right. Josh Filipowski could get kicked out of the fucking January 6th insurgents. They'd be like, bro, you've gone too far.
Who was the creepy old guy who used to always come to his comedy shows? You remember that guy, right?
I don't know.
So
was it the same guy who used to come, who goes to like West Side and who used to go to like yeah.
He would go to West Side. He would go to any show he was doing.
Venice Underground.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
He was like an older dude.
He would film everything on his iPad.
He'd film everything. And it got to the point, I was the first one who was like, yo, why? I don't want you filming me, man. I don't want you filming me on stage. Like, cause I think he was a creeper. Like you beating off to me. Like, what are you doing, man? So we went to Jumbo's one night.
I think he's been kicked out of the West Side, that guy. I think he's banned.
Oh, he's creepy as hell. So we went to Jumbo's. It was me, of course, Luke, Filipowski, and him. And we got kicked out because somebody was getting a lap dance. They do lap dances, which again is weird because they're like bikini lap dances. Somebody was getting a lap dance in a booth next to us. And this is how he was the whole time. He's facing them just.
Wait, he went with you guys?
Yeah.
Ugh.
And at this point, I wasn't drinking. This is like after I'd stopped drinking. So imagine me sober with those three in my old silver Toyota Corolla. And we got thrown out because he was creepily staring. Somebody was getting a lap dance. And finally, somebody was like, the guy getting a lap dance, like, yo, dude, stop looking at me, man. And he was just, and like security came over and they're like, dude, you're creeping out people. Stop staring.
At Jumbo's Clown Room. Can you imagine being the guy who's creeping out people?
I haven't been back since, man. You need to go just to go, though.
Maybe it'll be like the last thing I do if I ever move out of LA.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not really worth it, but like, you need to go just to go. I don't get the allure either. You're like, wait, so they're not really stripping, but they are stripping?
Yeah.
I don't get this. It makes no sense at all. Anyway, you called it. You're like, some shit's gonna come up in this episode. Like it
always does. It's a Thursday night show.
I had no idea that I'd be reliving those memories at Jumbo's, and I totally forgot that I peed all over my iPhone that night. Dude, I was a mess back then, huh?
Yeah. Look at you now, all cleaned up with your short hair, your perfectly cropped beard. Did your girl do a makeover on you?
No, here's full disclosure. I got my hair cut like almost 2 months ago. I've been hiding it from everybody. It was that short.
On the podcast? You've just had a hat on every single episode since you got your haircut?
Oh yeah, I didn't want to hear it. True story.
Did you go full shave?
I was pretty short.
I mean, it's pretty short now, buddy.
I know.
2 months ago.
Imagine 2 months ago. It was almost 2 months ago. He must have misunderstood me. The barber, I thought last time, because last time I cut it was like this. And I thought I was going to have the same one. And then I came home and my girlfriend was like, dude, what the fuck? I look like a straight up skinhead. Yeah. Like, I've been hiding, dude, I've been hiding it from, this is true story. I've been hiding it from you and the dirt balls. I've worn a hat for like, if you look, I've worn a hat for like the last 8 or 9 episodes.
Oh, I know. You've had our Prize Picks hat on. I've noticed.
I was like,
I didn't know you were hiding a Michael Jordan haircut.
I was like, I'm not going to hear the end of it.
2 months? Your hair's so short right now? 2 months ago.
Maybe it wasn't full 2 months.
You're down to the skin.
It was at least 6 weeks.
I got my hair cut a month ago. Look how long my fucking hair is from this is a month. I have so much hair.
Where are you going these days?
Ugh, I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay. They,
I don't even want to talk about it, but just, it's one of those places.
Yeah. No, I got you.
There's actually a girl there. She does all right, but it's one of those that you hit and miss. I miss Gabe Cop Dave. I miss Barber Cop Dave. He's just down there in Venice. It's hard to get down to, It's like
sure.
I might have to make a plan to go see him get done. Honestly, when I was in New York, I should have gone. Acme Barbers always does me right. Should have gone there. I have plenty of places to go, but
dude, I went to the guy who used to cut my hair, like, because I live basically in the area I grew up in, right, like real close. And he's basically retired, and his son's taking over. And the other guy, who I kind of remember from like way back in the day, dude, he started talking sports. Like, you're stuck in the chair.
Like, focus.
Oh, I think I said it on the show. He's talking to me about all the money. None of these guys are like Troy Aikman and the money he gave up.
No.
And I'm like, dude, are we really doing this?
Joe Bartnick cut your hair?
I know. And he was even mad. Like, Tom Brady, they say Tom Brady gave up. He didn't give up shit. Troy Aikman that year gave up blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, dude, are we really rehashing the mid-90s Cowboys? Are we doing this right now? Like, there's times where I won't hold back. This was one of them. I was like, I don't even want to get into it with this guy. I don't want to like explain things to him. Right. I'm sure you feel that way sometimes with people who have like the most base level of sports. And you're like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to get into
a lot
this?
of times it'll happen to me with like the NBA, like, I just don't like it when they like, all this one-on-one, or, you know me. If I hear a Jordan is the GOAT, I'm like, here we go. I start stretching and shit. You know what I mean? I'm like warming up. I'll be like, all right, give me a beer, and I need a hot tea with lemon because I'm going to lose my voice. But then sometimes I'll eye somebody up and I'll be like, they literally can't handle the truth. And I'll be like, yeah, Jordan, man, the GOAT. All right, have a great night. But other times I'm like, all right, here we go. I'll be like, what are you doing? Are you doing lunges? I'm like, yeah, man. I'm about to get real animated. I'm about to undress you, redress you. Like,
well, what, a take I've seen lately, I'm seeing everywhere locally in
vocal warm-ups. I'm like, ha, 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 ha. They're like, what are you doing? I'm just like getting prepared to yell at you for about 45 to 55 minutes.
I had to laugh. I went back in my text. Let's not forget, I have $1,000 bet on Joe Burrow and Zach Taylor winning a Super Bowl together.
You have a $1,000 bet against it. Yeah.
And I went back and read those texts.
With who? That's such a good bet, by the way. With who? You can pick you could literally pick any quarterback, and that's a good bet. Any quarterback and coach. Like, honestly, it's probably a good bet if you bet Mahomes and Andy Reid. You know what I mean? Like, it's a good bet. Like, you can almost not guarantee. If you look at anybody out there, who do you feel good about?
I'd probably feel best about them. That's a great question.
Yeah, probably best about them. Like, let's say the Buffalo Bills don't win the Super Bowl this year. They could easily fire their coach.
They could. You're right.
Well, Brandon Staley could be fired by fucking week 10.
Yeah, the Bengals won't.
Right. But I'm saying it's a great bet. It's just like just about anybody. Like, honestly, let's say the Chiefs don't win the Super Bowl this year. Andy Reid can walk away and be like, this is Bieniemy. I want to give it to Bieniemy. Like, have at it.
I'm retired.
Like, it's a good bet for anybody, basically.
Do you think players now, quarterbacks in particular, I should say, do you think some of those guys now are going to start? We talk about the player empowerment age that we live in. I wonder, and I was thinking about that. I was like, wonder if some of these guys that are studs by like year 3 or 4, if they don't feel confident in their coach or play caller, I say, like, dude, I'm not going to continue with you guys if you keep this guy. Like, I wonder if they're going to start throwing that weight around.
I can see that. I can see a super smart, quarterback that knows Rodgers essentially denies that happened with McCarthy, but even Rodgers, they played
he played under McCarthy
Right.
for so long.
Right. But I think that's more and more like it's becoming more and more common across sports to do, certainly in the NBA. I mean, that's essentially in baseball, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a guy that means that much to any team. Not Mike Trout, not Judge, nobody. There's no one that means that much to a team. The NBA, your star player can make that decision. We're getting to the point now in the NFL where everybody realizes this isn't that this doesn't go back that far. You don't go back past Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and and even early on, obviously, in those guys' career. But it's very relatively new to be like, we need a quarterback. That's the whole thing. This is how you do it. Like forever, you'd build a team and then you'd be like, oh, we'll get a quarterback. Oh, we'll draft a quarterback high because it's important. But it wasn't like you build around a quarterback.
Yeah. No, it's true. And obviously the rookie deal thing is the same. Like that's even newer.
Yeah.
Now you see enough of that. The common folk, the common fan is like, you got to win on your rookie deal. Like at this point, everybody talks about that. What do you make of this?
And every time the common man does it, Tug and I virtually hug. We give each other. We're like some housewife in Cincinnati just talked about the rookie deal, and Tug and I just hug in cyberspace.
How's Tug doing? I haven't talked to him for a while.
I haven't talked to him in a while either.
He tagged me on Instagram on something.
I did tag him or text him on Sunday because it was Rams, Cowboys at Rams. And I knew it would. Tug likes to do the later gram. Tug likes to go home and text Nick, have Nick D'Alessandro edit his photos and make sure he's he doesn't have any weird things on his face, airbrushes them or whatever, make sure the kid looks good.
He's Hollywood.
Yeah. So I shot him a text and just said, are you at the game? And he was like, yes, I am. I was like, thumbs up. Have fun, buddy.
He's got to be feeling all right now, the way they're playing.
Got to be feeling great.
Till Dak comes back and throws off this entire mojo that the team has. I would, dude. I know he's not playing this week against Philly, but I don't know. You don't want to mess up. My thing, this is a Giants fan going back to the Jeff Hostetler days. It's like now it was a little different there, but if the guy's winning, what do you do?
Yeah. Well, I think they've obviously got Philly on Sunday night this week, or is it Monday night? Sunday night, I believe. Philly Sunday night. I mean, this is like the Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe. Like this is you win that game. How do you possibly give it back to Dak?
Yeah.
Now you lose that game and you're 4-2 and he doesn't play so great, blah, blah, blah. Now it's, we'll see. But, if you're Mike McCarthy, we know one thing, Mike McCarthy's going to make the wrong decision.
Sure. Look, obviously they're not winning games with their offense. They're winning games with their defense.
Right.
Which also is not McCarthy's side of the ball. So it's like, this would be harder for him to fuck up because it's more, the defense is so good. They're the one, you see what I'm saying? Like it'd be a lot easier for him to mess it up if this was an offensive issue, but it's not. I don't know. What do you make of this Devontae Adams thing?
Well, first of all, what the fuck are you doing? It's always one of the things that's like, these guys are just lunatics. And I know I've talked about it before. It's really tough. It's got to be tough essentially at this point to be he's a wide receiver. So you kind of got to go a little harder on him. But a lot of times these guys, it's like, you're literally out there being a gladiator. And then they're like, okay, whistle blows, go back to being a fucking regular human being who's not trying to murder people every snap. Now he's a receiver, so he's not really out there trying to murder people. He's obviously upset, bit fucked up. I think To me, it should be handled like the Aaron Judge home run ball. It's like, meet the guy in the locker room, make him a fucking offer. If he doesn't take it, then you go see if you can sell it for $2 million. You know what I mean?
I mean, this guy though. I mean, dude, I'm sure you've watched it from every different angle. This guy claiming he suffered whiplash, a headache, and possible minor concussion. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, maybe he did. Maybe he did.
No way. Dude, watch it.
Okay, guess what? Maybe he did. Guess what? Forget that. Let's give him the benefit of that. Maybe he did. Who cares? How much is that worth to you? Don't make this guy. Don't get the. You're gonna have the guy fucking arrested. You're gonna have him charged, dude.
I'm not justifying what he did, but come on.
The guy was holding like a fucking C stand and whatever. He went down pretty hard. Like,
what if he had done that to Randy Johnson? Did you see the Randy Johnson thing?
Yeah.
Randy Johnson is an NFL photographer. For anybody who didn't see that,
yeah,
like he's literally goes to NFL games. He's his own photography company. 6'10" Randy Johnson. This is wild to me.
I saw our boy Jeff Perlman with a hot take on Twitter tonight. He said, I hope the players treat him the way he treated us. Shots fired. Basically saying Randy Johnson was a fucking asshole. Which is interesting. To be a fucking asshole when you're a player and then to go back in it and try to cover sports. That is an interesting hot take.
He must love photography, dude.
Yeah. Apparently.
He's working as a sideline photographer.
Yeah. He wrote about it. He said his passion. This was his passion. He was into shooting sports when he was at USC and blah, blah, blah. Cool. Good for him. I love that you were like, fuck the Devontae Adams thing. Let's talk about other photographers.
I just think it's one of the, most random things you'll ever see. Like, that's pretty crazy.
Randy Johnson or the Devontae Adams thing?
Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams is just losing his mind.
To me, the Devontae Adams thing, just like get the bag from the guy direct. But, to me, I'm always like, I hate cops and I hate lawyers. Who needs a litigious fucking action? We don't need to live in a litigious society. We don't need to get out fucking charges pressed. Yo, what's up? You tweeted at me? And he's like, I hope he sees this. Like, yo, I saw a motherfucker. I'm standing in the locker room and I'm literally holding a garbage bag. It's a hefty lawn bag. This ain't no kitchen bag. This ain't no 13-gallon kitchen bag. I live on 4 acres. I'm getting rid of all my fucking leaves. Fill that shit with straight cash, homie. When that bag is filled with cash, I'm going to walk out of here like fucking Santa Claus leaving the North Pole. Legit get the bag.
Yeah, but you know what? We'll see how it plays out. I mean, he's being charged with a misdemeanor. Like I'm saying, who knows? Financially, he might be better off this route. We'll see.
Yeah, he might be better off this route, but like, is that the way to do it?
Did you see the Black Sports Online headline about Jamar Chase?
I did see it. I almost sent it to you.
A dirtball tagged me.
I don't remember what it was. It was his baby mama's asking somebody to something.
Dude, so this is the headline. This is from yesterday. Robert Littau, Black Sports Online.
Our boy.
Dude, he's been on the show a few times.
Yeah. Boy. Yeah, boy, at least.
Oh, he's totally my boy. Robert running the best sports takes alive. It says, Jamar Chase's baby mama, Amber Nicole, asks the NFL and the Bengals to kick him out of the league for being a deadbeat dad and having his mom come over her house to beat her up. Miss Nicole previously said Chase doesn't like to shower. Instagram pics post. So basically,
I love that he's just like he's giving you a story. He's done. He's like previously, like it was fun. Like he's the begin. Like you're watching a fucking Netflix show. Previously on Black Sports Online, she claimed he didn't shower.
Doesn't like to shower. What was great is so she's claiming he's a deadbeat
On the last episode of Jamar Chase,
and,
he doesn't shower.
And I guess she's also threatened, saying his mother was threatening to go over to beat her up.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase's mom. Now, Jamar Chase, I sent this to you and Randy Ruther. He has his own chips now here in Cincinnati. Like his own chips. There's not a brand on. I was studying this bag yesterday at Kroger. I don't know what it is.
You were studying this bag of chips?
I'm like, whose company is this? Right?
Yeah.
Is this like a Frito-Lay thing? Who is this? No, it just says Uno, Jamar Chase chips. His number's 1, so they call him Uno.
Yeah.
You guys own chips. By the way, he's playing terribly this year. I shouldn't say terribly. Here's the thing
It's
about
called
Jamar.
the Randy Ruther curse. Randy Ruther went T. Higgins, more yards, more TDs. He willed it into existence. Also, this guy is dealing with, setting up his, he's got a lot on his plate. He's got to call his mom. His mom's got to go over and beat up his baby mama. We know he's not showering, Maybe shower. Maybe get some of the grease off your hands. You got your own chips. He's eating his own chips. Then he's not showering. He's all greasy.
They got to figure something out though, man. Right? Like, you know what it is? You know what it is in that situation? I know I've said it all along. Dude, this league, they figure it out. They're basically saying they did the same thing to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs last year. We're going to take away the big play. We're going to take away the deep ball. We're taking it away. You guys got to dink and dunk. Figure it out. We're going to double team Chase. Like, figure it out. They got to figure it out. Big game this week. Ooh, I can't wait to get
big
the picks.
Game this week.
Andy Dalton versus old team. Although it could be
Andy Dalton revenge game.
He beat him last year. Did you know that? He beat him in Chicago. I don't know if Jameis might start because Jameis is back.
Yeah.
If only we had an insider who could fill us in with some information on that.
Maybe he could send us a letter now that he has your address. Hint, hint, hint. Return to sender.
Oh, wow. Dropping a big hint in that. It's still all quiet on the Western Front, Joe.
Well, he's also off till Thursday. He does whatever he does. He does whatever he does. This is an interesting new strategy for the Jameis avoid Jameis talk. He's like, everybody enjoy the game. I'll see you next Thursday. And then by Thursday, everybody's forgotten that Andy Dalton had a game where he looked better than Jameis has since fucking Florida State.
It's actually a brilliant strategy.
On to the next thing, yeah.
It's like, oh, Andy Dalton played good. Okay, we're gonna
and then he's the black guy in that meme looking from behind the tree.
That's a great meme, by the way.
Yeah.
If you're doing top 20 memes, that might crack it.
Yeah, it might be up there.
Right?
We should do top 20 memes or GIFs, not memes, GIFs. We should do top 25 like college football.
Why don't we?
We should have your poll, our poll, and the coach's poll, aka dirt balls. We should put it on Reddit and fucking have a.
We can't combine GIFs and memes. Or it's got to be one of the other.
Memes is like so. I feel like memes is different. There's so many levels of memes.
It's funny you bring that up. I'm gonna play this call real quick. Somebody wants to create a trivia game with our show.
Okay. Can't wait. Can't wait. That's a gift, by the way.
Boring.
Yo, Dirty Sports. I feel that it is time. There is enough history with the podcast that I feel that there could be a Dirty Sports Jeopardy, whether it's a Kahoot business or something along those lines. I would love to see a Dirty Sports trivia game created. Now, the reason that I'm saying I would love to see one created instead of just making one myself is I've only been around since episode 200. I get that's a lot, but, I wouldn't exactly feel comfortable with making a trivia, of the entirety of the Dirty Sports podcast catalog since I missed the first 200 episodes. and unfortunately, it was pulled off of Spotify before I could get around to listening to all of the previous episodes. So I listened from 200 up till now, and then I listened to like maybe the first 15, and then that was when they got pulled off of SoundCloud. So I would love to see somebody who has some knowledge of every single Dirty Sports podcast episode make a Dirty Sports trivia game. I think that would be pretty cool. So sending the banner out to anyone who can potentially do that. Peace.
I mean, there's only one man for the job, but I don't know where he is these days. What's our boy Stanga doing? I mean, Stanga's been here from day one.
I've actually been texting with him lately. He's on a trip.
Where is he at?
He's just hitting a bunch of stops in the country with his folks. They're doing like a fun little trip because he was asking me for some recommendations on some places.
I mean, he's the guy. He's been here from day one. He's been involved. He's seen the ups and downs. You know, I feel like
he would be better than you and I.
Like,
that's the truth.
First of all, so many people would be better than you. Dude, I meet dirtballs who are relatively new. Oh, I've been listening for 3 years or 4 years or whatever. And they'll be like, you remember that time? I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. My manager all the time will be like, I love what you said on the show yesterday. I'm like, I don't remember saying that. I'm like, but I believe you.
I mean, I forget. Like I saw, what was it in the last 6 months? Somebody made a Mastiff joke. And I couldn't stop laughing because I forgot about that whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of episodes, man. What episode are we on now?
This is 875, man.
You have to do something for 1,000. I have to do something big, right?
Yeah. I mean, this championship weekend, the AFC and NFC championship weekend coming in January or whenever it is, February, I don't know anymore. That'll be 9 years.
I mean, we're maybe 875. That's 125 episodes. So we're 62 weeks or whatever. That's like you're barely over a year from 1,000 episodes.
It'd be basically like the end of 2023.
Yeah. We just dropped the mic at $9.99.
Just leave.
Yeah.
Just end it.
Yeah.
That'd be the baddest way to go. Like that's just some baller shit doing. Just we're done.
Listen, I'll tell you one thing, Andy. As long as my good friends at Miller Lite are around,
there we go.
I'm gonna keep doing this show, man.
There we go. There we go. Great plug.
Miller Lite just followed me on Instagram, by the way. Boom.
They did.
Big deal.
It is a big deal.
And now I can DM these motherfuckers. What's up, guys? Oh, fancy seeing you here.
Well, even before we got Miller Lite on board, you've been ride or die with them.
Oh, listen, Miller Lite could call us tomorrow and say, "You're done." We spit in your face. And I said, "I'm still going to drink your beer. I mean, it's delicious. It's the original light beer. What else am I going to do? You know?"
Yeah. No, for real. I found, it's funny you bring that up. I found, and I took it. So we were cleaning out, like we're basically done. We've been done, but like there's little small things, just cleaning up at my parents' old house, which my brother bought. And I found this glass. It says Miller Lite. It says Miller Lite bowling, and it's got bowling pins and a bowling ball.
So classic.
But it's like not even that old. Like I remember my dad used to always drink out of it. It's probably like mid 90s. It's that Miller.
The cup of Walt.
But it was like so perfect.
Walt's pint. Should auction that shit off. No, I'll put a bid in.
That was a family heirloom. I took it. That was one of those.
Good for you.
That was one of those.
I want to drink out of it next time I come to Cincinnati.
Oh yeah. You have to drink a Miller Lite out of it. Yeah. Because my dad legit used to drink Miller Lite out of that. So
yeah.
Like,
because your dad was a fucking legend.
Both my parents, man. Dude, and I've said this, the amount of photos I have found over the years, not just found, but like digitally, you go through, of my mom drinking Miller Lite or holding a Miller Lite up. Like the truth is, R.I.P. Joanne. Like she was like the OG Miller Lite of the Ruther clan.
Yeah.
Like my mom represented that.
I mean, how many carbs? She knew. She was
only 96 carbs. Or I'm sorry, only 96
calories. Yeah. 3.2 carbs.
That's right. You would think after speaking of all these reads, I would have that down.
You know, dude, people ask me the fucking hotline number every once in a while, and it's just me closing my eyes and chucking the ball in the air. Like 310-359-8365. Why'd you do that thing at the end? I don't know. Is that right?
Well, guys, we're sharing all these great Miller Lite memories, and Miller Lite is the official beer of Dirty Sports, and it should be your official beer during football season. Football season brings back the big hits, so reach for the biggest hit of them all, Miller Lite. You can find Miller Lite pretty much everywhere beer is sold, or go to MillerLite.com/dirty sports for delivery options near you. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Speaking of
the goat.
What's that?
Speaking of the goat.
Speaking of the goat, I was talking about my area.
Okay.
I wanted to add real quick that they're getting a year-round sports book at Great American Ballpark.
Oh, I know.
They're only the second baseball team to do this, I believe.
I love the idea that no one goes during the season, but they're going to go during the off season, just as like a betting window.
That's what everybody's talking about. So BetMGM and the Reds announced a partnership, a year-round sports book. So it all becomes legal January 1st.
Somebody in Pete Rose's camp, and I don't know how many people are in Pete Rose's camp at this point, but somebody needs to be like, Pete, I will, and I'm offering this, by the way. You should be offering this. This should be your Andy Ruther's offer since he lives there. Somebody.
Oh, he doesn't live here. He lives in LA and Vegas.
No, I know. But since you live there,
okay.
We need somebody to reach out to Pete Rose 48 hours before this thing opens. Andy Ruther needs to be in a tent, first man online to place the original bet at the BetMGM Sportsbook at Cincinnati. But you're holding that place for Pete Rose. Pete Rose should place that very first bet and just literally take his cock out on Major League Baseball.
It'd be pretty funny.
And he should bet against the Reds or on the Reds or one of them.
Well, everybody would say, yeah, but he bet. You can't bet. Everybody would freak out. And they'd say, you bet. And you're not allowed to bet. That's the point. You can't bet on your own team.
Okay, fine. So he's suspended from baseball. But the idea that he's suspended for life because baseball does not tolerate gambling of any kind.
Oh, trust me. I know. It's total hypocrisy.
Yeah.
I mean, he should be suspended from baseball.
Somebody clip this and everybody tag Pete Rose in it. Pete, we will hold your place in line. We want you to make the first bet at Great American Ballpark.
Yeah. I'm really trying to resist an underage sex joke. I'm really trying to resist, Joe. I'm trying to resist. It's too difficult.
Pete, your first bet can be an over-under bet, and we know you're going to go under. That's what we know.
That's literally what I was going to say.
Pete's going to take the under.
One of the wildest defenses ever.
He's like the first.
Has sex with a 14-year-old girl, claims she was 16. I thought she was 16.
The Lakers Suns game. Pete, the over-under on the Lakers Suns game is 212. He's like, I'm going under 15. Whoa. You can just say under 212. I'm going under 15. Pete, why are you doing this?
So, by the way, he was supposed to be the Hall of Fame speaker.
Well, now he's not doing it.
At my high school.
Yeah.
And of course, after what happened in Philadelphia, he's not. But I love this. And like classic my high school. Like you guys are like, come on. This was already knowledge. This is my problem with like the state of where we live, like today's age. Like we already knew that he had sex with a 14-year-old. This isn't new knowledge.
Not to mention, I bet you they played fucking Thriller at their Halloween dance.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever the fuck we're talking, right?
Yeah. Billie Jean was definitely played. Billie Jean is played at every dance.
Yeah.
Ignition is played at every dance.
Yeah.
And Chappelle still doesn't.
Shapur.
That would be in the trivia. Dude, that'd be a great trivia question. How many times did Chappelle miss R. Kelly's Ignition? Did he do it 3? Does Chappelle knows? Did he do it 4? Did he do it 5? How many times did he miss it? I bet you he did at least 4 times. At least 3.
Yeah.
Right?
We just need to get a picture one day of Joe Schiavelli in a like we need Joe Schiavelli in a celebrity golf foursome. He needs to tee off with Dennis Green, Bart Scott, and R. Kelly in the
Dennis
Schiavelli
Green
doesn't know foursome.
Dennis Green's dead. R. Kelly's gonna be locked up for a long time.
Yeah. All right, fine. So it looks like it's just Shaboring on Bart Scott.
Bart Scott's like seeing some of his rants. He's CTE. He's like 2 years away from doing some wild CTE like murder shit. Right?
Well, we'll get Mike Tyson in the mix since he thought that was Muhammad Ali.
I always love the mental image of you just driving.
I know exactly where I was. I know exactly. I was like in like the Solvang area on the 101. Almost drove into Anderson's pea soup house.
He thought Mike Tyson was Muhammad Ali. Oh man, that was an epic game. I got to bring back some more games to this show. Remember Troll or Moron?
Oh yeah.
Which, by the way, like, what is Jameis 1 of 1?
Moron.
You use just a moron?
Yeah. He's not trolling. He's a moron.
It'd be wild if he was trolling.
What kind of troll job is this?
Like the most epic troll job.
400-page book. Just kidding. I was trolling. Gotcha. You're like, oh, good one.
That'd be pretty nuts.
You're getting locked in a mental institution. Just kidding. I was trolling. Sir, a judge has ruled that you are a danger to yourself and others, and you're getting literally locked away like one flew over the cuckoo's nest. I was trolling.
Should we just divulge everything to the dirtballs or not?
I think we should give him one. I think Monday. I think through the weekend should be plenty because he gets back online. I think from his, self, proclaimed like breaks, usually Thursdays. I think we give him till Monday,
and then we let the dirtballs in on everything.
Yeah,
this has been a good one. Like a good one to.
I was just talking about this today, by the way, and there's a couple aspects of this where I'm like, it's just too much of a coincidence. Like we got him.
Something you want to tell me off air that you haven't told me?
No. Some things. Yeah.
See, I'm like 99% sure, but like, dude.
99.9, because there's some things you're just like, how would that be?
Oh yeah, he's worried right now. Like, I don't think he knows what to do. I mean, this is.
He might not even know yet because he might just be at his church, his weekly church, 5-day church fucking trip or whatever the fuck he does. He can't go online.
That's the weirdest move ever. We should jump into the picks though.
I'm ready when you are, buddy.
Might as well do it.
I'm monitoring this baseball game at the same time.
What's going on? I haven't even looked. I mean, not since we went on.
5-3 Padres in the top of the 8th.
Oh wow.
Cronenworth just homered in the top of the 8th.
All right, so we got possible 1-1 series if they can hold on to this, right?
Correct.
All right. Well, let's hop into week 6. Wow. It's really flying by. Week 6. And as always, Dirt Balls, we're going to go over our picks presented by our friends at Prize Picks. Dirt Balls, if you haven't signed up, I really can't recommend this enough. Again, all first-time users that deposit and use promo code DIRTY will receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. And once again, you are just going against the projections. So the plays that they have, they make it real fun. They make it real simple. Simple things like, will Justin Fields throw for more or less 165.5 yards on Thursday? I'm going to say less. You know, these are the type of plays that you can make, and you can do cross sports. Joe did that last week.
Right.
There's so many different options. NBA's coming right around the corner of the regular season. Major League Baseball playoffs, NHL, you name it. You can basically make plays on any of these sports. So download Prize Picks today and play daily fantasy sports with us. Make sure to use promo code DIRTY when signing up. Okay, so we have a very bad Thursday night game this week. Real quick, I'm up 5 now, Joe. I know it's early.
Oh, yeah, I'm not worried at all.
First
of all, we don't even have a bet. Second, no. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. And you know why? Because I'll tell you why I'm not worried. And actually has nothing to do with you. Is I'm actually, thank Christ, because last year I mudded and the basketball season was a debacle. But the games I know, the games I feel great about, I'm fucking crushing my gambling picks this week. I'm going to have to go back to giving Joey No Chill's Instagram picks at Joe Prano on Instagram, because the games I like, I'm crushing gambling wise. Like finally making money. Last year I got fucking destroyed. This year making money.
Yeah, I'm doing good too.
I just got to sort out the shitty games where it's like, because like, you know how it goes. I know you do a pick 6 league.
Yeah.
But you know, when I gamble, I tend to do a lot of money line dogs. I tend to do a lot of like, you know, very specific teams that I like to stick with and ride when they're playing well. But these games where it's like, man, they're killing me in our pick 'em. I just got to start, you know, sorting out those teams. But listen, a couple of teams have been like crazy surprises, including my own team. You know, we've had some crazy surprises this year. So,
yeah,
you know, this marks a third of the way through the year. This is where you got to hit the ground running and, you know, start figuring some things out with the teams that you didn't see what they were going to do.
I've been riding with the dogs a lot. Basically, like,
I mean, my strategy in football betting, and it always has been, is like blackjack. You know, the guys who do it well, like if you're picking 10 games a week or 11 games a week, you're crushing, you know, if you're doing that consistently. Now I've been picking 9, but when I bet, I don't bet all the games. The place for me to make my money is saying, well, if I get half my bets right, but I pick a lot of money line underdogs, well, then that's where you're getting your bump. That's your double down. That's your split. That's where you make some dough.
Yeah. Well, the first one, like, this is one I would stay away from. I'm sure you would stay away from. This Thursday night game, Commanders, Bears. First of all, there's no line on this still.
There's no line.
Even.
Yeah, it's even, but is it even because of some sort of
injury?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's in Chicago. I understand why these games happen. Amazon is getting paid $1 billion. I'm sorry, Amazon is paying the NFL $1 billion. But these games are trash because guys don't have enough time to regroup from an injury. Can't they schedule it all? They should always. Why can't they always? I guess they don't, because it's all year. I'm saying that you got to do bye then Thursday or something. Like, I just don't get it.
Right. I mean, you want a hot take from me? Why do we have Thursday night football? Thursday? The games are on Sunday. We go Thursday? The games are always
they used to not
sloppy.
do them till later in the season.
Right. Even then, the games are sloppy. We never know how to fucking bet it. Even good teams, you can't count on a good team just showing up and fucking lighting it up. Like, I get Friday night for a lot of the shitty parts of the country. They're like, oh, it's fucking high school football or whatever. Saturday's college football. So we got to go all the way back to Thursday. Why don't we just have Sunday and Monday football?
Well, like I just said, we know why. They're getting $1 billion.
Right. No, I know why, but it sucks for the players. It sucks for gamblers. Honestly, this is like, for me, I've done okay on Thursday nights because I pick the dogs because you figure no one's going to come out and dominate. And I picked the money line last week on the Colts. Boom. Locked it. I'll tell you who I like this week if you want me to start the first one.
Yeah, go for it.
I like the Commanders. Because all these teams are shit, and they're on a short week, and it's shit, and like fucking it'll be shit. And their Bears will be shit. The Commanders will be shit. But I mean, the Commanders are bad. But the Bears they can't move the ball. I got Commanders to win the game outright, which I guess is the way we got to pick it because it's an even game.
I don't want to make this pick because I think they're both terrible. But I'll go the opposite just to see if I can pick up a point on you. I'll go Bears. Now the next game, because that's all I want to say about that game. The next game is a team you and I just keep taking. They're 5-0 against the spread. The Falcons are undefeated against the spread.
Yeah.
They're keeping all these games close. This one's in Atlanta. I'll lead. They're 5.5 point dogs against the 49ers. Again, I'm going to take the Falcons. 5.5 dogs at home. West to East. It's too big for me.
I just want to look at one thing. The Niners were just at Panthers. Did the Niners stay there?
You would think.
They probably had to, right? Either way. I mean, flying back and flying to Atlanta, I hate it. But then also, if these guys got to fucking live in fucking Atlanta or wherever they were the week, I'm with you. I'm on the Falcons.
I just don't know why they just keep getting disrespected with these spreads.
I mean, listen, they're right there though. Every week it's like, oh, they're 5-point favorite. They're like, the spreads are right. They're just
they are.
It's not like they're. But yeah, absolutely. I'm going with the Falcons.
All right, Patriots and Browns. Patriots are 2.5 point. I'm sorry, the Browns are 2.5 point favorites at home.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is a tough one because the Patriots sort of maybe figuring something out. The Browns struggling.
Did you see your boy Jacoby Brissoli's interception in the end zone last week? I don't know if you saw that.
Jacoby Brissoli.
Like they were like the thing is Nick Chubb is so good. Like Jacoby Brissoli should be throwing as many times as Justin Fields throws a game.
I think
he should throw 12 times a game.
I saw a crazy stat where like all of his picks have been like late in the game red zone picks or something like that. Like I think he has 4 picks and they're all the same. You've talked me into it. I'm going to Patriots to straight up win the game because you've reminded me that the only reason we even know about Josie Brissoli is because Bill Belichick. It's the only reason Josie Brissoli has a job in the NFL. Just because Bill Belichick was like, ugh. So Bill Belichick knows something. He knows what to do. He knows how to get in. Like Josie's going to sleep this week with like the meowing of Bill Belichick and the Pussycats in his head. Josie I'm taking Bill over Josie. Also, the Patriots, I mean, a nice performance against the Lions last week is fucking Abba Zaba. Is he our guy?
Abba Dabba Do.
Abba Zaba, you're my only friend. Shout out to Jay Lunds, by the way, who sent us his Abba Zaba tattoo. Wow.
Wild, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Pats too. All right. Jets, Packers in Green Bay.
What's the spread at? What's the spread at where do we get our lines, by the way? What do you use for lines?
I'm just using ESPN, which uses either Caesars or MGM. It's one of those. Yeah. 7.5 Packers at home against the Jets.
Jets have been burning me lately.
Yeah, I picked up a point last week and you with them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the opposite way this week.
Ooh. You think the Packers just manhandle the Jets at home?
Yeah, I do. I think this is a Zach Wilson, like, hey, I'm going to make bad turnovers, which are going to equal touchdowns.
So my strategy was that I wasn't sure where to go on this game. And then I thought you were going to go the Jets because you're riding the Jets. I said last week, I feel like the thing with this Jets team, and I think we're going to see this, is we're going to get good Jets and bad Jets. That's the way the Jets tend to go, especially with Zach Wilson. But they've been good lately. 7.5, but it's in Green Bay. I'll tell you what I'm not doing. I'm not losing a point on the Jets. I'm going to go with the Packers as well. Packers to cover.
All right. Little AFC South battle. Colts, Jags, both teams 2-3 in Indy.
Colts 2-3. Colts 2-1, Andy.
Yeah, sorry. Colts are 2-point favorites. I mean, Matt Ryan, like, what's going on here? We cursed him.
I believe in Matt Ryan. He's looked terrible. And I don't believe in him to like have a turnaround fucking season or anything like that. I don't think he's going to the Pro Bowl. But like what's happened to Trevor Lawrence too? Trevor Lawrence has looked horrific for a couple games in a row. Everybody was on the Doug Peterson train after a couple weeks, including myself, because he had Trevor Lawrence looking so good. To me, the Jags going into the dome and the Colts, it seems like a no-brainer to me to pick the Jags. Seems like a no-brainer. It seems like such a no-brainer that I'm picking the Colts.
All right, I'll take the Jags then.
Field goal for the win. Colts use that point to cover.
I'll take the Jags. All right, the next one's finally an interesting game. Vikings, Dolphins. The Vikings are 4-1. It's in Miami. They're still on their third string quarterback. So the Vikings are 3.5-point favorites. I'm seeing this right now on my feed. Miami coach Mike McDaniel commended his team captains for removing the ping pong table from the locker room. That to me is leadership. To me, leadership is acting, not talking. Is this really what we're talking about, guys? Removing a ping pong table?
What the fuck is happening right now?
That's what, dude. And I was high on him early. I'm like, it's completely changing. Dude, leadership is removing. You got about a ping pong table?
I think they removed the ping pong table because it gives Teddy Bridgewater and Tua flashbacks to the sounds they hear every time they step on the football field of just plastic balls bouncing around their brain. Like at this point, Tua having thoughts has got to sound like, David Stern going through the old NBA lottery, just turning the fucking ping pong machine. It must be like watching the nightly pick 3 in the local news. And the next number up's a 4. And the next, a 9. And the next, a 6. Making tonight's pick 3, 4, 9, 6.
So Tua practiced today. So I think I'm going to be right in this. So I don't know if you remember, we had a gentleman's bet.
Oh, I know.
3.5. And I said, I think he's gonna miss 3 games.
And this would be his third.
This would be his second.
His second.
If he's practicing today.
Right.
While you sit on that, I'm gonna play a call I didn't get to last episode
Great.
about concussions. A little hot take. Wow, hear all those sounds I'm making?
Was that your throat?
I don't know what's going on, man. Look at that apple.
Fucking, you went the alien from Aliens coming out.
What the hell's going on with me?
What's up, Dirty Sports? It's your retired stripper dirtball Bryson calling from Atlanta, and just something I want to touch on, man, because I don't feel like it's getting mentioned hardly on Twitter or sports radio in general about these NFL knockouts. I mean, there has to be a record right now. I just saw Chris Olave from the Saints, just a routine tackle in the corner of the end zone, and dude he hits his head a little bit on the ground. That happens almost every tackle, and gets knocked out Tua style. And I'm just I've seen so many knockouts already this year, and from a former Division I football player. These new helmets, man, might not be as good as people are saying. I mean, these new generational helmets that we're using, and they come out with new helmets almost every other year or so. Why aren't we talking about this? Why aren't we trying to make a change and maybe go back? I don't remember seeing all these knockouts 5-10 years ago, more like 10 years ago. It seems like every year there's more and more concussions. And these new helmets keep coming out, then there's more concussions. Like, why isn't this being talked about? Like, there need to be a recall on these motherfuckers or something. I don't understand. So just something I didn't know if maybe y'all thought about or not, but stay dirty.
And then he left the second call, which I'm not going to play, saying maybe the field too.
Well, I think that's
something with the field turf.
I think this is a two-parter. One, way more turf than there used to be. Now, the turf, the fields that had turf before were like nightmare turf. It was like fucking asphalt. But I mean, off the top of your head, like you go back to like, I don't know, 1994 or whatever. Off the top of your head, it was like Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Philly, New York. Where else were we talking about? Buffalo, Detroit, Minnesota.
We're racking them up.
Right, but
New Orleans.
Everybody's got field turf now. Everybody. I mean, how many grass stadiums are left?
I'll look that up. Yeah, but I would argue. So this is as of 2022, 14 fields of the 30 do not use real grass. It's about split.
That seems crazy low for that number. Like, I can't think of 16 grass fields.
Let me see. Yeah, here it is. I'll name them to you.
Okay.
Cardinals use grass. Ravens use grass. That surprised me right there. And this says literally the types they use. The Bears use grass.
Yeah.
The Browns use grass. Broncos. Jags, Chiefs, Raiders. Like those are the ones that you like.
Raiders is grass.
Raiders and the Cardinals.
Well, the Cardinals, we've
roll
seen
it
a million
in.
times. They roll it in and out.
Bucks, Titans, Washington, Steelers, 49ers. I mean, yeah, dude. I got the list right in front of me.
And then the other thing is, I think we just get more.
Well, that's the thing. That's my thing.
They just used to hit your head at Three Rivers, and they drag your dead body off, and they'd throw it under a bench. No one would fucking hear from it again. And you'd be like, whatever happened to fucking? You're like, oh, he died. How come Icky doesn't shuffle anymore? Oh, he's dead. He hit his head pretty hard. He shuffles now. He just shuffles around his living room because he can't pick up his feet and walk anymore. Because he died.
Oh, man. But hey, the Dolphins don't have ping pong tables anymore.
Yeah.
So that's leadership. What the fuck are we talking about here?
This is a tough one for me. Here's why.
Because it's in Miami?
Because it's in Miami. It's Kirk Cousins traveling. It's Miami, but it's a third. Like, who's the quarterback?
I don't know. What's this guy's name?
It's definitely not one of the two guys, though.
Skylar Thompson from Kansas State.
That's who's starting at QB for sure.
I mean, guy's name's Skylar. Yeah.
Well, we know Tua's not starting this week, right? We know that clearly.
No, but you want to see this funny headline? McDaniel doesn't see a scenario where Tua plays for his Vikings. Good to know, Coach.
I listen.
Dude, this is literally a headline. Dolphins captains removing ping pong table from locker room. I mean,
there was also the thing, I saw it. Tua was out, Bridgewater was out, and then, Mike McDaniel called a reverse and he had this third stringer out there blocking in front. Like, bro, what? I guess I got to go with Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. I hate it with a 3-point with that hook there.
It's 3.5. Yeah, that 3.5 is killer.
Seems crazy low even with that.
I can't go with somebody named Skylar, man. He's your quarterback. I just can't do it. I agree with you. I'm gonna go with the Vikings. The Vikings are gonna be 5-1. You and I are saying the Vikings are gonna be 5-1. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Right?
Yeah. Listen, the Giants are 4. The Vikings are almost as fraudulent a 4-1 as the Giants are 4-1.
All right. We're both going with the Vikes next week or next game. Andy Dalton, is he gonna start 2-0 against his former team? Revenge game in New Orleans. This is a huge game for both teams. Both teams are 2-3. Right? Things can fall off real quickly for the Bengals if they lose this game. I'd almost argue this is a must win for them. I know it's so early. They are favorites in New Orleans.
How many point favorites?
1.5.
To me, that's way low. I know it's a road dog. But it's Joe Burrow back in Louisiana. We're going to have some LSU hype. I'm going with the Bengals to win the game. Sorry, Randy.
I am too.
Bengals win and cover. To me, that seems crazy. I was getting ready for a 4.5. And I was going to be like, I don't know. It could be close. And Andy Dalton keeps it close. Backdoor Dalton. 1.5. That seems low.
Well, they've lost every game this year. This is wild. Every single game. A time expiring field goal. Or the one in overtime. My point is it's like they've been right there.
Who? The Saints?
The Bengals.
The Bengals.
All 3 losses.
Oh, all their losses have been right at the end.
Like the last play of the game.
Yeah, basically. But I don't think that's a factor. I just don't think they lose. Listen, you've got me on the little what the fuck is Zach Taylor doing? I'm still on the I don't know how quickly you want a guy to figure it out, but at the same point,
no, look, I have never changed. My thing all along was he was the offensive coordinator for the University of Cincinnati, and they were terrible, right? then he goes back to the NFL. And like my argument all along has been he's never been a coordinator in the NFL. And that's basically my thing is they don't know how to adjust. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know. I think, like, again, to me, that those Bill Simmons tweets are like these young guys where it's like, dude, if we're driving, running the ball, who cares? Who cares?
And my point is like he is not instilling a lot of confidence in me these days in terms of road underdog. Right now, I don't feel good about the Bengals the road, but to me, 1.5.
Yeah,
that seems. So they're 4.5 point favorites at home.
Yeah. I just think a lot of these young coaches. Remember when Bill Belichick?
I might have to bet it. I might Randy, who's just texting us. It's okay. I might be betting it. I might be a bet. You know me. I'm on the Andy Dalton train.
Don't forget though, the Dolphins D can, the Saints D can show up, man.
Right. Also, if God forbid Jameis is playing, I'll put my house on this game.
So we got a call, and Burrow's actually one of the guys mentioned in this. A dirtball wanted our opinion on how we feel about. He's made some bets on the season and like where we're at 6 weeks in.
Boys, Ron from Louisiana, your residential disillusioned Saints fan who doesn't believe in Jameis. Got a couple bets on the line this season. Listen to the preseason show. Hammered the lines under. Got some extended odds at under 5.5. So I'm not worried about that one because they'll win 2 games. Had 2 other bets and a little concerned about those. Had Dolphins Super Bowl and Joe Burrow MVP.
Oof. Neither of those
I
are
want to see
happening.
what y'all think is more likely to happen out of those 2. But we got easy money on the Lions. Stay dirty.
More likely would be Joe Burrow. My opinion.
Then Dolphins winning the Super Bowl
or even making it.
Joe Burrow's not winning the MVP. That ship sailed, babe. I would say the Dolphins is a better chance. I think the ship has sailed for Joe Burrow MVP. You got it. Like.
No, I agree.
We're a third away through the season.
It's right now. It's Mahomes and Josh Allen.
Yeah. And I guess Jalen Hurts if you're like whatever. If you're like wins over everything, which seems insane to me.
A lot can happen though.
Yeah, but Joe Burrow MVP, you're a third of the way through the season. He's not. I bet you he's not in the top 10.
No, he wouldn't be.
Odds wise. So I feel like that ship sailed. You ascend. Like obviously it's not. Obviously it could happen, but I would say you're more likely a Tua comes back.
Come on.
What? I mean, they beat the Bills. They looked good when Tua was playing. I mean, now listen. I mean, it's not like the idea of the Dolphins not in the playoff. Like the Dolphins could very easily be a playoff team still. We agree on that, right?
I don't know. I just feel like this thing just.
You're the one that's on the Tua's going to be back next week plan.
Yeah, I know. I just feel like everything is just. I don't know. I feel like this whole season was derailed by that Tua stuff. Like for them.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying that has a potential.
Okay.
I'm not saying, by the way, here I'll say this. You have a better chance of Joe Burrow Super Bowl MVP than you have of the Dolphins, but not of the league MVP. That ship sailed. I feel like you got to be pretty great to start the whole fucking year.
Yeah,
you got to be pretty great throughout.
Let's not forget, a couple years ago, my boy Russ, remember, was like literally the MVP candidate after 7 weeks.
Yeah. But that's a different fucking. It can fall off very quickly, but I don't think you can.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think you can inject yourself into the MVP race halfway through the season. You can fall out of it because it takes you being great the whole season. So you can be great for the beginning of a season, and then if you fall off, you're done. But you can't be bad. It's just that's basically a reverse Russ. You're not just like, fine, you're a top 15 guy for 6 weeks, and then suddenly, I mean, what's Joe Burrow going to throw 5 touchdowns the next 6 weeks in a row? Okay. I'd love to see it.
So would Randy Ruther.
I know. Randy Ruther's like, he's going to fucking do it. And he's going to throw them all to T. Higgins because Jamar Chase doesn't shower.
Baltimore at your Giants. This one? Why are the Ravens 6-point favorites? What is going on here?
I think everybody's just counting on a Giants
letdown failure. After a big win.
Or just in general, like everybody. We're gonna at some point have just people screaming that we're the worst 9-1 team in history. They're the worst 9-1 team.
Here's my thing. If I'll go first, 6 is a lot. 6 is a lot on the road. It's the 4-1 team who has a defense. I can't do that. I can't do that for the Ravens. I can't. No way I can take the Ravens. There's just no way.
I can't take them. Here's the thing. This could easily be a letdown game for the Giants. It could easily be. But what I don't see is Wink Martindale, who knows fucking Lamar Jackson very well, not having a game plan. I think more likely than some crazy Lamar Jackson performance is some, slug it out game. No one fucking scores for a while.
Sorry. I don't know why. I swear I'm not like high or anything. I'm just laughing thinking of the gay version of him is Twink Martindale. That'd be the best like gay dude. Twink Martindale. Like that's like some like fucking RuPaul's Drag Race shit.
Yeah.
Twink Martindale. Okay, I'm sorry. That's where my head's at. Dude, these late night shows, it's past midnight here, Eastern time. I totally derailed. I just started laughing, thinking of Twink Martindale. Okay, so we both agree you Giants cover.
Yeah. I don't love it, but I'm not losing a point because you picked my Giants to cover and fucking.
I really am really interested in where this Lamar Jackson thing plays out. I mean, we're third way through the season.
This is actually an interesting game, right? This is an interesting game for Lamar Jackson because it is your former defensive coordinator, because it is on the road, because the Giants love them, hate them, whatever. I mean, we saw it last week of the Packers. They figured out something at halftime. I mean, Dable's, you talk about Dable's running away with Coach of the Year at the moment, obviously, but we're only a third of the way through the season. But you make an adjustment. I'll be interested to see, can Lamar put together a full game? Now, here's the thing. He fucking for sure could. This Giants team, you never fucking know. This is precisely the kind of thing like where the bubble bursts and it all bursts against the dynamic quarterback who can do a lot of different things. And to be fair, as far as scheming for a guy goes, it's tough to scheme for him, but it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if he comes out and he, drops a 40-point game on the Giants. I'll be like, okay. I mean, my thing with Lamar is always and has always been, for the people who call me a Lamar Jackson hater, he could do that. And I'll be like, he still hasn't really proven anything to me because now he's still got to stay upright for another 2/3 of the season. But also, and I don't want to curse. I have no ill will toward Lamar Jackson. And so knock on wood that this doesn't happen. But if this was the game Lamar Jackson got hurt in, would you be super surprised either? That's I feel like the realm of possibilities with the Giants. He could put up 40 on the Giants and reinsert himself into the MVP conversation, or he could leave with a twisted ankle, because I can see this defense getting after him.
I still can't believe he walked from all that money. It's just absolutely bonkers to me. He walked from all that guaranteed money where he's putting himself in harm's way, like way more than most quarterbacks. All right, Bucks at Steelers. Bucks are 8-point favorites. I think the Steelers are the worst team in the NFL. I genuinely believe that. And they beat the fucking Bengals. I'll let you go first.
Backdoor Kenny. I'm taking the Steelers.
I'm going to take the Bucks. The Bucks aren't scoring, but they're also, their D's playing good. Backdoor Kenny. Yeah, I don't believe in Pickett yet at all. Like to cover. I don't even believe
you're hitting him with the fucking who's your boy from the Pelicans?
Brandon Ingram?
You're hitting him with the Brandon Ingram. I don't believe. He's 14. He's playing in the NBA. Nah, he's a bust.
I'm not calling him a bust.
He's played a game and a half.
No. I'm saying I don't even believe that. I just think I do think they're the worst team in the NFL.
I do too. But no, maybe I don't think they're the worst team in the NFL. But listen, 8 point, like Vegas knows what they're doing. It's not gonna be a 45-point loss.
Yeah, I don't think so. Who knows? All right, Panthers at the Rams. Rams are 10-point favorites. Baker's not playing. So who's playing quarterback for the?
No, I have no idea.
Does it really matter?
No, it does not.
They'll be inspired because they have a new coach, or their coach got fired. So they'll come out. So PJ Walker, who's actually played decent, I feel like when he comes in, right? Like he's played
dynamite.
I knew you were gonna do that. It tends a lot. The Rams suck right now. They don't suck. They're just not playing good. Super Bowl hangover, man.
Yeah.
Do I really want to take Carolina?
PJ Walker, new coach.
I'm going to do it. I hate it. I'm going to do it, though.
Locked in? Final answer?
Yeah.
I'm taking the Rams. Let's go. The fucking Panthers on the road. It might be the only game in LA where the fans aren't more fucking for the other team. Literally the only Panthers fan that's going to be there is Sam Tripoli's coffee boy going, oh, we're like, you're the wrong game, dude. Get fucking, don't you have a conspiracy coffee to make?
You are right. Okay, well, I'm already locked in. God, I took them last week too, and they just raped me. Like they just got bludgeoned. All right, Arizona at Seattle. This is an interesting spread. Cardinals are 3-point favorites. 2, 2, and 3 teams.
This is a tough one. I mean, Arizona looked okay last week. Geno Smith has better odds for the MVP than Joe Burrow right now.
The Seahawks defense, though.
I know.
I mean, next level bad.
Yeah. It's tough.
I'm gonna take a
3-point game.
I'll go Cardinals.
I think I'm gonna go Cardinals too, only because here's the thing. I don't think I can see Seattle winning this game. If this was a 4.5, if this was a 4, I could be like, okay, I can see it being close. I just to me, it's hard to take an underdog when I can't see them winning the game.
I agree. All right, looks like we're both taking Seattle then. I'm sorry, Arizona.
Yeah.
All right, the game everybody's talking about, Bills, Chiefs.
This is a regular afternoon game, right?
Yeah. 4:25 game. Bills are 2.5-point favorites in Kansas City. That's interesting. Why is that?
I mean, the revenge for the AFC Championship game. The Bills looked fucking good last week.
All right, I know what I think.
You're taking the Chiefs.
Taking the Bills.
Let's go. I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm just taking the Chiefs because they're at home. I actually think probably on paper at this point, Chiefs are the Bills are a better team. But I mean, I think everybody's talking about that. Oh, it's gonna be just like I feel like the Chiefs had their scare against the Raiders. I feel like they come out hot. I feel like it's gonna be a back and forth game. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Okay. Sticking with the Bills. All right, Sunday Night Football. Cooper Rush and the Cowboys in Philly. Philly's 6-point faves. Oh, come on. That's a big spread. I think we're both going to take the Cowboys in this, right?
We're both taking the Cowboys. I'm not taking the Cowboys to win the game, but
me either.
Just defense. Defense has been playing too good.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles defense will get after Cooper Rush as well. But to me, if you're going to play a low scoring game because both defenses are going to get after it, 6 seems crazy just all around.
Yeah, no, I agree. Man, Monday Night Football, they got Broncos. I mean, who scheduled the Broncos again? Prime time.
How many primetime games have they played this year? Didn't they play one like week 1?
Did Monday Night Football week 1, Thursday night.
They played Thursday night.
Now this. So 3.
4? 3?
They've done 3 out of their first 6 games. They'll have the crowd though. It's in LA. Like Broncos fans travel.
Yeah.
And Broncos fans are good. So they're 4.5 dogs. How are they scoring points, man? Like, how are you scoring points? Justin Herbert, those guys can light it up. I'm going with the Chargers.
Like great opportunity for me here to steal a point. But I'm not. I think you're
Mr. Unlimited.
You're gonna have a hard time finding a week where I do take Mr. Unlimited.
This is gonna burn you if it's a close game. This is definitely your opportunity to steal a point right here. It's on a platter. It's one of his Subway sandwiches.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
You know what I do every day? I say it every day walking him. I can't stop. I always just
Roscoe. That's right.
I go Roscoe Country. Let's walk. And I just do it over and over again while I'm walking. I'm like, Roscoe Country, let's walk. It's probably like, shut the fuck up, dude.
I literally do it anytime I'm going anywhere with anyone else. Anytime we're leaving, I'm just like, let's ride.
That's hilarious. Yeah, Russell's ruined it for all of us.
Yeah.
This is going to be the week. I'm telling you, this is going to be the week. It's going to be a week. You're going to pick. I'm telling you right now, you can change your pick.
No, you can change your fucking pick. You fucking change your pick. Take that fucking kick. Come on, sneak that point on me.
No way, because the Chargers offense. Although
we're going to have a situation.
2 idiot coaches for the record.
7 minutes left in the game. Brandon Staley on his own 25. Somehow he goes for it, but it doesn't matter because the Seahawks have 2 points because Russell can't score. They're like, this is a disastrous call by Staley here. And now with this walk-in touchdown by the Broncos, 27-9 Chargers.
All right. Those are the picks. Late night. It's a late night here.
Is that the show?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Well, I just want to say, since everybody's out there, if they're wondering, hey guys, you're going to playoff baseball. You're not going to talk playoff baseball. Don't worry, we got you.
We did.
Yeah, we did it a little. We didn't talk about the Yankees. We didn't talk about the Guardians. We didn't talk about Phillies, Braves.
Okay,
big game today. But don't worry about it. We got you. There was a division series slides put out Monday night. So it's out there. If you want deep baseball talk, Andy Lazarus is going full reverse jinx. He's going full Costanza. He has picked his division series winners based on who he doesn't think is going to win. So that's a little bit of a preview. We both ranked who we want to see win. We both ranked, a lot of things. There's good division series slides. I'll be with Andy Lazarus. Maybe we'll record another one. Maybe who could say? But I'll be with him this Sunday at McDuff's Pub Tahoe, as well as Pizza Staro and Dennis Gubbins for a 4-man white guys with facial hair in their 40s and 50s comedy show. I think, wow, am I the youngest one of that group? Am I the only person not in their 50s in there? No, Laz is like 45. Man. So come out and see that. If you're in the Lake Tahoe, Reno, Sierra Mountains area, come see me, my Slides co-host, Dennis Gubbins, Pizza Star, great comedy show. You can see all that and more on my Instagram at Joe Prano, all my social media at Joe Prano, except for Twitter, where I'm at Fix Your Life, or Twitter, where I'm at Dirty Slides, where you can find the new Dirty Slides episode where we talk plenty of playoff baseball.
All right, glad you got that all out. You got it all out.
I just wanted people to know that there is baseball to be talked.
Hey, we did 5 minutes. Like I said, didn't mention half the series, but we did 5 minutes.
I love that our playoff baseball talk. You're like, how about that homer? I'm like, yeah, it's a good one. You're like, no, I don't know if they can come back from that. Anyway, football's here. Andy, what do you think about these division series? I don't think Seattle can come back from that. Mic drop. Moving on. Let's talk in depth about
Jamar Chase's potato chips. Jamar Chase's potato chips got more coverage.
Jamar Chase's potato chips and whether or not the ping pong table shows leadership in the Dolphins locker room. We did more on the ping pong table than you did on playoff baseball.
I just don't understand how that shows leadership, removing a fucking ping pong table. Like, what are we talking about here? Unbelievable. We're on social at The Dirty Sports, all social. You know it. There you go. Wear that hat tomorrow for Luis Castillo, man. They need that W.
Castillo.
All right, guys, that's our show. Let us know if we should drop No Chill. I think we can't now after deciding or after you explaining.
Listen, I don't care either way, but I love putting it out there. Put it in the Reddit.
That's a Dirty Sports trivia question. Did I start calling you No Chill right away? I don't think so.
No, for sure. No, it was definitely after a crazy wild rant.
Yeah.
You probably said something insane, the week before. You're like, Eli Manning's lucky Super Bowl. So I was like, listen here, you motherfucker.
Too good. All right, guys, wrapping it up. Much love to everyone out there. And stay dirty. Don't stay dirty. How do we do this, Joe?
As always,
there it is. Stay dirty.